Hi guys, how you doing? Let's see who's here. Ashley is here. Andy, Technical Fud, Vanessa Kitty, Thor's X, Oddball Stuff will be here for a few minutes, and I think that's it. All right, so here's Andy. We had a little drama and trauma about 2 hours ago. I'll explain that later. All right, here's Andy.
Yes, Andy. I didn't get an email from you.
Okay, well, I typed it out, and that's why the monkey typed it out.
I checked my junk and everything else. So
Yeah, I tried to invite you through email, manually, and it was Andy with small first letter.
just Andy, the letter T, the number 2, and the rest you know.
T2. I don't know. I'd have to
Andy D2, and then at the rest you know. Hey, I'm on my new computer.
Yeah, and you don't have any glitches, so we'll figure that out later. Okay. No glitches. That's great. Usually, when someone comes on first time or sets up again,
I'm surprised the camera even looks better.
yeah. No, the sound is great. Everything's great.
Well, all I did was plug it in. I got almost everything ready, and I plugged in the camera, and there it was.
Nice. All right. So you're loving it.
So far. Can't tell how many hours I have in copying data over.
Okay. Should we cover the drama I had just 2 hours ago, or should we talk about something else for now and get back to that?
Well, you can knock the Rossi out. I didn't shoot it.
Damn it.
It's raining. It's windy. It's cold.
Now it's raining.
It's pouring out here. 30-mile-an-hour winds. All day it's been cloudy with heavy winds.
Okay, I was going to nag you about that.
I figured I'd get that over with, that's all.
Garage guy is here. Okay, this is what happened about 2 hours ago. We're in the house. I was doing something in the kitchen, and Leon is acting weird. He's doing his pace like a caged tiger, and I know something's outside. And I'm watching Leon. I'm like, okay, what's out there? Is there an animal out there? What's that? Something was out there. And he was doing his routine, running around, looking out. Anyway, he was all stressed out, hair on the back of his neck. And so I keep looking out the window, and I see one of the hunting dogs go by right by my cars. And so I was like, ah, crap. And I'm like, get out of here. Yeah. And I come back in, and about an hour or two later, I was like, asking the wife, have you seen Minnie? Andre D'Angelo is here. Hey, Andre. So she's like, oh, she's around here. Did you let her out? And I'm like, no. And did you let her out? She says no. So she must be inside. So I'm looking around the house. No Minnie. So I call the front door, open the garage door, back door, nothing. So now I'm getting a little worried, and I go out to burn something in the burn barrel. It's like, well, I better, call out for Minnie. And I call for her, and I hear this faint, barely alive meow coming from my truck. And so I go over to the truck, and first thing I see on the bumper is blood splattered everywhere. And I'm like, oh, crap. Jose Martinez is here. Reloader 762 is here. So there's blood all over my bumper, and I start looking around, and there's blood down the sides of both sides of the truck. And then later I found out there's blood all over both sides of the van, 3 feet high. Anyway, I heard this faint meow, like just barely alive meow, and it was coming from my engine compartment in the truck. I don't know how she got in there because it's got flaps inside and everything. And I'm like, oh crap. So I go inside. I'm trying to pop the hood. I can't find the lever. I'm coming for you, Minnie. It's just like a movie, you know. And I opened the hood, and there she was. And, you know, of course, she's traumatized and everything. And there's blood all over the snow, everywhere. But I don't see any blood on her. And so I bring her in. I throw a snowball at the window. Wife comes to the door. I'm like, get this. And I had my sandals on, so I'm up to my ankles in mud now. And so I can't just run in the house. So I hand off the cat to her. And, you know, and she's looking around trying to find anything. She takes her in and gives her a bath. That's traumatizing. She's already traumatized. Not a scratch on her.
Wow.
Not a scratch on her. She kicked the snot out of some. So what? And I'll bring her down. I have the door shut. Otherwise, she would have been here right now. She's drying out. But she'll, you know, when she's in trouble, whether it's Leon attacking her or whatever, there's Cranky. Cranky.
Hey.
Hey, Cranky.
I started to hear some of the story. I haven't heard all of it. So what's going on?
Well, short story is my van is covered in blood all the way down both sides, truck, both sides, front end, just nasty. I got footage. Anyway. So she was in the engine compartment, just a barely like a faint meow, and that's how I found her. Otherwise, I wouldn't have found her. And so apparently when she's being attacked, one guy is here. When she's being attacked, she'll get in the wheel wells. Okay?
Smart.
And she somehow got in the engine compartment of the truck, which is kind of hard to do because it has the inner flaps and everything. And so I thought she's dying, and I'm trying to open the hood, and I can't find the latch. And, you know, it was just traumatizing right there. Anyway, she doesn't have a scratch on her. I'm holding her. I'm looking at her. I throw a snowball at the window. So the wife comes to the door, and I hand her off. Wife cleans her up, actually gave her a quickie bath and look for wounds. Not a single scratch on her. And there's blood everywhere. I got pictures.
Yeah, I saw the picture of the truck.
No, that's nothing. After I took that picture, the whole down, I had to wash my truck. And then I found out the van's got it on both sides, 3 feet high. Just splatters. You know, it looks like a stabbing scene or something. And there's not a mark on her. So I can open the door now because she'll come down here and, you know, get on the thing. I didn't want to blow the story. So she's okay.
Good.
The dogs must have got it on the nose or something because she'll get in the wheel well. Dog puts nose in wheel well. Poof! And I haven't trimmed her nails she's due for a little
dog blood then. That's good.
But it's hideous out there. I thought she was dead for sure.
There.
So it was the dogs she got.
She got the dogs. So we called the neighbor and said, you might want to check out your dogs. And he's like, well, I can't really tell. They lick off their nose and stuff. But I chained them up. And scared the hell out of me trying to get that hood open. I thought I'd see a cat with a missing leg or.
Oh, yeah. No, I had a situation like that. We had, you know, when I had the 2 boxers and my sister was staying with me. This is like after, you know, my first divorce. And I had kept because they were a little destructive, and it was her, you know, a lot of her furniture was in the house at the time. And so when I was at work, I kept them in the laundry room. And she came home. She came, you know, she'd get home before I would. And I guess she opened the door and there was blood. Like, it looked like a freaking murder scene.
Yes.
You know, you got two dogs in an enclosed room, and there's blood all over the walls. You know, it's all over the washer, the dryer, all everywhere.
Yeah.
And she calls me freaking out, panicking. I'm, drive home from work. We could not find a single wound, nothing. We checked their gums, we checked their teeth, we could not find any source of that. To this day, I don't know where that blood came from. It was the weirdest thing, but yeah,
I don't know.
So yeah, sometimes I assumed that had something to do with maybe some like water, because you get a little water with blood and it makes it look like a lot. It's
Well, it could be the dog's noses, and then they licked it off, like my neighbor said. They probably licked it off. He didn't really inspect them that good. He just saw they were home and changed them.
Yeah, healthy, big enough. Yeah, nothing obvious.
He saw us here. Jeff is here. Tacos and French fries is here.
Well, that's good because you scared the hell out of us with the photo, man. I was like, what the hell happened to Minnie?
I know. I'm sorry. I scared both of you. What got me was Ozark, because I text Ozark, Tin Man, and you. We're on a single chat thing, and Ozark replies, "Well,
yeah, he gives you cleaning."
He goes, hydrogen peroxide will protect your paint from blood. And I'm like, what about me? You're talking about hydrogen peroxide. You're talking about my paint?
Hey, he went in right into company mode, man. He went in insurance cleanup mode.
Yeah. So he's telling me how to clean the paint. Not a word about Minnie. Like, oh, man, what happened?
Like, hello.
Because I left it a mystery, of course. I just showed the blood and I said, when hunting dog meets cat or Minnie. But I'll tell you what, Minnie's a little tough girl. She's a tough little bull-legged girl.
Well, when I first read it, it didn't dawn on me. I was like, I thought maybe at first, like, you hit the hunting dog on your Mini or on a mini bike or on, like, I was thinking, I wasn't thinking the cat right away.
No.
Because I saw vehicle and blood, and the first thing I was thinking of is, motor accident.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that scared me. That scared me, because those dogs are made to go after coyotes and stuff, bobcats, mountain lions. And, that's scary. Minnie's a little cat. She's a tough cat.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's like, I don't know. She was traumatized. She was under an engine compartment for 2 hours waiting for help. But, yeah. And some of you guys on the site, I know you're dog people, but this is a win for the king of the jungle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some of us are both, like dogs and cats.
So I might do some video footage on there, and then, I can't link because I would have liked to link when I did the video where I shot Minnie. Sorry, my bad, and pulled a bullet out of her.
God, that was horrible.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
No, it's a classic.
I'll fill her in.
Have her watch it. Just go. It's on Uncle Jim too. Just look for "Sorry I'm Bad." You're gonna have to pan down through a million videos, but
I need to explain the backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when I almost had to shoot.
Naturally.
Yeah, that's when I almost had to euthanize Minnie because he was dying. So these guys were talking me out of it, and I had the can on the pistol and everything. I thought she was dying. I was trying to put her out of her misery. And then it turned out.
Yeah, it was fixable.
She was infected and she had a big bulge on her side. She's a tough cat. She should have died from that. She, didn't go to the bathroom for a couple days. And the vet was closed. It was holiday. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. That's how that video started. But I like that video because I'm pulling the bullet out of her and putting it in the little middle can. And
Okay, I'm
Trust me, it's you gotta watch it.
It's an Uncle, yeah, it's an Uncle Jim spoof. It's called "Sorry, My Bad," and it's on. I redid it. It's a classic. I redid it on Uncle Jim too. So that Minnie has been through. Now we found Minnie. She was at the sliding glass door when it was 5 below zero outside, or whatever, 0 degrees, and that's how we got. We finally took her in. I just couldn't stand a cat freezing out there.
Uh,
And then I found out later she had babies in the snow. She's just tough. Okay. Yeah.
babies in the snow.
Yeah. She had kittens in the snow in the winter. Yeah. I found that out from a neighbor.
Wow.
So I couldn't stand it anymore. I put a box out there with blankets and tried to keep her warm. And I was like, if I let her in, it's over. We have another cat. Well, that's what happened.
yeah, we've tried with an outdoor cat that one that we have. Yeah, we tried. She doesn't want to come in?
Yeah.
She's
Once in a
taken her
while.
first. She stepped into the house, looked around, and backed out. So she knows that she can come in if she wants to, but she doesn't like being touched. Won't allow human contact, but will like to be social and likes to come near us and stuff, but won't allow you to touch her. Doesn't like it.
Yeah, when they're wild, they're very independent. It's hard to bring them back.
Yeah.
But Minnie was just a neglected pet.
Oh.
Yeah. So, and now she's so happy. She's always laying down between me and my wife and sleeping between us. She always stays there in case Leon gets an anchoring to beat up on somebody. But she can hold her own. If Leon attacks her, which is 3 times her size, she always has hair in her claws afterwards.
Yeah.
She gets a pound. She gets a rip. Yeah. Yeah. Hobbies Hobos here. Hey. Hope everything's okay up there in Canada. Once you get that guy out of there. So there's the story. I might show footage in a video. But yeah, I'm looking around. I went, after we took care of that, and then I'm looking around and I got blood all over my cars. And in the snow, it looks twice as bad, And then I realized it had to be the dog afterwards, of course, because wherever he's walking around, there was 2 of them. One was a smaller. There's 2 footprints. One's smaller, and wherever they were going, you could see dripping. One side's really bad. So, yeah. So I hope they don't try that again.
Yeah, that's tough. I guess it's hard to keep them off your property. So.
Mm-hmm. Tarot. Yes, that's true. So anyway, there's the story. Time for another spoof vid. But yeah, definitely have your wife watch that one. That's it. That was one of my favorites to do. So yeah, I got the glasses on and I'm trying to pull the bullet out of Minnie. It's funnier than hell. So.
Yeah, I do. It was one of those where it shocked us that you actually went there with it, though. That was.
Well, I never turned down a prop. Okay, and that was a prop. She had a big hole in her side and a bulge and stitches. I had to do it. It's a prop. I had to do it. How do you not do a video on that after she comes back from the vet? Thorax is coming back from surgery. I would be using that as a prop, Thor. Yeah. Good luck with that. I do not want to go through that. So. How's your wife been doing, by the way?
Mariah?
Yeah.
I'm good.
She's doing good. Today's been a good day.
Good day, yes.
All right. It's good to see you, Maria.
Good to see you guys.
Yeah, no, we had a good day. We replaced the light in the kitchen with a ceiling fan. So
Oh,
we
okay.
did, yeah, ceiling fan installation. It was fun.
And you turn the power off.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I want to live. I want to survive it. So yeah,
Yeah. So.
but it always makes it fun because all the lights go with it and all and all that crap. So it just makes it more challenging. It took a lot longer than I think we had planned, but it's done,
It wasn't just.
and we're happy with it. So.
It wasn't just 3 wires and cover the hole. Make sure you got a big enough cover. No.
Yeah, no, it was more, like just dealing with the screws and getting things to fit, and it seemed like one of the holes was stripped, and
It was like the deck. All the screws were bent. Everything
yeah,
was.
it's just
Yeah.
difficult to get to. You have to stand on the island, in the dark, awkwardly holding something up while you're trying to find the damn hole, all that kind of crap. It's
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
luckily, it was a 2-person job, and we got it done. So it was good.
That's good.
Got to remember, I'm not. I'm a computer geek. I'm not the contractor or fabricator guy. So that kind of stuff doesn't come naturally to me. I'll figure it out, but I got to take my time with it.
Yeah, it's like a monkey fixing a deck that he just destroyed with a snow blooper.
Yeah. Yeah, but you got to play with the son's new Makita or Milwaukee. Yeah.
Yeah, I called it a stud nailer. It's actually a framing nailer. That thing works good. Very adjustable. And as a matter of fact, I don't know what they put on the nails. He has different kinds of nails. I had a nail that was half in on one side because I split a board, and I went to pull it off with a hammer, and I broke the hammer in half. The handle, I can go get it. I'll show you when I go in the garage for a smoke. And I was,
The handle and the hammer, bro?
yeah, without any help, just me pulling on it. Boom, it snapped right off. And it looked brand new. Guess where it was made?
China.
Yeah, it was a thrift store, make a tomahawk out of it or something type deal. But he gave it to me because it was in such a good shape. But the wood on it, the grain was wrong. Tim S is here. Hey, Tim S. Yeah, I'll show you that. But yeah, it wasn't like me pounding on it or anything. I just pulled on it, and I almost lost it in the snow, going backwards. Of course, I was squatting down at the time. But anyway, he tells me, yeah, these nails have a coating on it. When they go in, it's kind of like a glue almost. So I know the nails are going to hold because it broke a hammer and the nail was halfway out. Yeah. Pretty cool. Matter of fact, let me go into the garage anyway. I'm glad you came.
Now it looked like a handy tool to have. I don't have anything like that. It looked pretty interesting.
Yeah, my favorite was the finish nailer. Like I started off with the Ryobi, just a little finish nailer for doing wainscoting and stuff in your house, crown molding. Love that thing. That is so much easier. Patriot Paul is here. Good to see you guys. We got 26 on here. Good to see you. So, yeah, they're very handy. I have a lot of favorite cordless tools now. That little one that you put little grinders and sanders on, the disc one. Oh my God, that thing is awesome. I just used it to fix a gun. Anyway, let me head out to the garage. Andy is smoking and it's driving me crazy. I've had a rough day. Well, traumatizing. Turned out to be good news. All right. I'll be right back, and then I'll show you the hammer.
I don't know if I can see the chat.
Sure I don't trip over the cords. All right.
Oh, there's. So how you doing, Andy?
I'm doing pretty good. Playing around with my new computer all week transferring data from my old one. I got too much crap. And I'm live with the new one. About a third of the way of the data transfer. And then I still got a bunch of programs to add to it. So
Yeah, both of you guys are computer guys, so you'll know what I won't know what you're talking about.
just loaded up Duck. What's it called? Duck something or other for the browser. And I can't find a way to. So far, I'm not able to find a way to add. I'm trying to add. Like an extension.
To the browser for DuckDuckGo. That one.
Yeah, I'm just testing it out. But I don't see anything on here to add that. What's this?
I'm convinced no matter what we do, Google and Facebook and all those assholes are going to get our information anyway.
I go on Google.
There's so many, other people that are selling every ounce of information that we get. It's almost like a.
Oh, they got you. They got you.
It's like an impossible fight.
Same with cell phones. They have you no matter what you do. You have to be phone.
Unless you're completely cut off from the everybody.
Yep. You got to live in a log cabin. And
like a garage.
Yeah, Unabomber. You got to be like the Unabomber.
Yes. And even he got caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So they got. I like to keep it down though. Clearing cookies, using Apple stuff. That's way better than when I had a computer. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. But Google's the absolute worst.
You go on Google, and then an hour later I go on Facebook, and Facebook showed me stuff I was looking at on Google. I said, what the hell?
Yeah, my wife gets that. And I tried to talk to Pat about how do I separate that, because I'll be looking at something and she's like, oh, were you shopping for a blah, blah, blah? And I was like, son of a bitch.
Speaking of West Covina, West Covina just popped in.
Hey, Pat. West Covina Dodge is here. Tim S is here. Who did I miss now? Anyway, so you saw the hammer. I mean, that's kind of surprising. It could have been a fluke piece of wood, but that shouldn't happen to a guy pulling on a nail.
No, but where it was made probably explains it.
It was just the wood grain. You know how you have a rifle stock and the grain is like this right here, where it comes off the receiver? Snap! They always break there. So whenever buying a rifle, people, it's wood. Don't get grain that'll just snap right there from the receiver to the stock. Yeah. Just a tip. And here's the funny thing. The handle costs more than the whole thing did. Okay, so I don't know. Turn it into a hatchet or something. All right.
Yeah, you could probably just reforge the head or something.
Well, yeah, we could put another handle on it, but he has a flea market that he goes to. It's the only place where handles are like $2. Good handles.
Mhm.
So, but he doesn't have any hammer handles. So I'll just might just forge it into a hatchet. He bought it because it was cheaper than the handle. So at the thrift store, when it's $1, you buy it. It looked brand new. It's hammer forged. It's just the handle sucks. Anyway, enough about the hammer. Look for ads and pages. Uh-oh. Yeah. Let's see. What did Wes say? All right. I can't keep up with this side now. Anyway, so I had a bad day, which turned out to be a good day because she doesn't have a scratch on her. I'll open the door so she can come in and visit me now. She wanted downstairs. I felt bad. I was like, no, you got to keep the suspense up. Did Minnie live or not? Did Timmy get saved from the well from Lassie? I got to do that. I always have to do
Clickbait.
that.
You're doing clickbait now.
No, it's not a video though. I'm just a drama queen. Okay, I like drama.
Need a refill. Be right back.
All right. But it's good to see you guys. Thanks for coming on, Cranky.
Oh,
And Maria.
Today, like I said, today was actually a perfect day. We had the time. We were actually on the phone with Fuzzy, and we knew the chat was starting, and we could hear it because he was watching it, so we could kind of hear it in the background through the phone, and so I could start to hear the story, and then when you started telling it, I'm like, no, I gotta jump on. I gotta be able to hear it. So
Yeah. Well,
I got off the phone and got on.
I knew that'd be the hook. Ozark would be like, "Oh, this is how you fix your paint. Who cares?" I'm joking, Ozark.
Yeah, there's some hydrogen peroxide. Take the blood right off.
Yeah.
He goes right into industrial cleaner mode.
I was going to reply back, but what do you do about the body parts?
I know. Well, I was going to say, after the stuff that he's had to clean up, it's just like any other. It's just minor. You don't even think about it.
So, yeah. Anyway. That's good. The next one will be Tin Man and the Chicks. The cat gets to him and all that stuff. I guess he's got a new container now, a net. He's got a tent for him.
Yeah, in the basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I know he posted the one photo of Walter kind of scoping him out. I don't know how that goes on a daily basis. The cat.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The cat that gets shaved, the one that we learned to. Yeah.
Yeah, Leon would have flipped that thing over and gotten them all. He's a bird cat, which I don't like, but he loves birds.
Yeah, Maxwell would have been a problem too. I think he's.
Yeah. He's a tree and a bird cat, and that's how he was born. So, Minnie likes rabbits.
Maxwell doesn't seem to have a preference. He just seems to be good at it. He gets ground critters. He gets birds. He gets them both. He seems. Whereas the other cat, like Charlie, tries, but seems to always fail. Like you see him leaping for the bird by the bird feeder and missing. You just coming away with a spare feather or two floating away, But Maxwell's the one that succeeds all the time. He's the better athlete and just, yeah.
Poor Charlie.
It's got more skill.
Yep, he's got more skill.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because Minnie is the size of the rabbits, and she takes their heads off. It's weird. It's really weird. There's something funky about Minnie. I'm going to go open the door in case she wants to visit. Minnie Moo. I know. Minnie Moo, you want to visit? I know.
So what kind of computer did you get, Andy?
It's a local store that they build computers. They're pretty good. So this is a Pentium i7 16 core,
But it's Windows.
Windows 10.
Show the beanie. Fuzzy wants to see the beanie.
The beanie.
Trump won. Changed my mind.
And basically, it's a monster. It's heavy. I don't play heavy games, so I got a medium level video card. It's got I forget how many gigs of RAM the video card has, but it's up there. 32 gigs in the computer. All the latest, technology, SSD drives and stuff, and the thing's a screamer. It's just I'm copying from old external IDE drives, so it takes a long time.
Takes a while.
I have 4 1 terabyte SSD external drives to replace the 4 IDE drives I have. It's just a lot of data, all the videos and stuff like that. It's just a lot. I keep everything backed up. But I got the basics all working, and do all my banking and my business stuff on it, and it's good. It's so far, and I figured I was gonna have troubles with the cam and stuff. I plugged the cam in, boom, bang, it recognized it. It knew who was using that microphone. Everything was up there, and the video quality. It's the same camera I've always used. The video quality is tremendously different.
Yeah. When you wait like a while between computers, you notice a huge leap in.
A while. 2011 is when my other one was built, and that was an i7 back then.
All right, Minnie.
i7 4-core, and it was fast. But today, an i7 today 4-core is 25-30% quicker than the one that was built back then. So this thing is fast. It's a little getting used to, but I'm not used to Windows 10 manipulating around in it to do things. So that's what's slowing me down a little bit. But I got everything here.
Minnie, quit rubbing against the computer. You're dropping here. She's doing this to it.
She wants the attention.
Well, she's rubbing against it. She likes devices. So Robert Powell is here. AR Patriot is here.
Hey, AR.
AR does a lot of testing videos. Testing sound, testing this, testing that. He's a tester. He's testy. Yeah, I didn't see that last one, but yeah. I'm trying to catch up. I've been busy. James Pollard is here. Yeah, so quit it. Minnie, you're driving me crazy. You're bumping this thing around.
It's James.
If you're going to pet, do it here.
She's showing her affection for saving her.
Oh, yeah, she likes to rub the face, yes. I'm going to move.
Yeah, she was probably hiding in the truck like, Dad, come rescue me, man.
She'll go in the wheel wells and if there's an animal in the back. But she tell you what, there's a lot of blood out there, and she doesn't have a scratch on her. So I got to give her that. She's little. She's tough, though. She is tough. I'll give you that. You're a good girl. She's a good girl. So,
Except when she leaves you presents in the stairwell.
they both do, but they've been pretty good this year. I guess the critters are lean out there in the wintertime. We haven't had too many rats, or I've seen rabbit tracks every time I plow. So you've been a good girl, Minnie. You didn't take the head off a rabbit. We got a few rabbits out there in the driveway. So I don't know. Must be lean times for the cats, or they're getting good food. I was wondering, if they didn't get good food, that's why they're out there eating good protein. I don't know. We feed them good. They get stuff that's better than the crap most people feed. So, it's got all the nutrition in there.
No, I think a lot of it's just the entertainment, sport, and all that. You get certain cats are hunters and certain cats aren't.
Yeah, they're both hunters, that's for sure. Ozark is here. He worries about the paint more than Minnie. No.
Yeah.
I'm joking. It's
yeah. Hey, he wanted to make sure you could clean the van. It's important.
Hydrogen peroxide. Who would have? I washed down the truck right before this live chat, but then I noticed the van had splatter on both sides all the way down. So hopefully by tomorrow, no biggie, but the white paint on that's faded anyway. It's a 99. So no big deal. Mrs. Tin Man is here. Tactical Rabbit is here. Speaking of rabbits, good to see you guys. Yeah, a lot of people on here tonight. So yeah, I got to wash the van tomorrow. Oh, he thought I hit a dog, just like Cranky. Okay, I didn't say it right.
No.
Hunting dog went after Minnie. That's what happened.
Yeah, see, he thought the same thing. Like, I saw vehicle blood, and you said Minnie, and I'm thinking mini bike, and I wasn't thinking the cat right away. And then once I realized it was the cat, you stopped responding. I was like, what the hell, man? I went one info.
Yeah, here's a picture of snow right next to the car. You see that blood? That
Can
is.
you make that full screen?
Yeah, that was next to my truck. Let's see here. This is the snow right next to my truck. Okay, and it's down the sides of both vehicles. That is Minnie at work.
That's a lot. That is a lot.
That is a lot.
Maybe she got the tongue.
Yeah.
Well, when I heard her moaning, I'll show you the bumper. Okay.
It might be the snow.
When I heard a faint cat meow when I was calling for Minnie, this is what I saw first. And you could tell I was worried.
Oh, yeah, that's the photo you sent us.
Oh, it's all the way down the vehicles and in the snow. It looks like a murder scene. It looks like the shower scene. So, yeah, well, okay, Ozark, obviously, and I've already talked to the Department of whatever about this, and they said, yeah, if you got dogs in your yard, you can shoot them. But I wouldn't. I love dogs. However, this is the sheriff's dogs. Okay, and we're friends. And he's the sheriff.
It's that neighbor's dogs.
Yeah. So if I were to go shoot the sheriff's dogs
Yeah,
without
that
to
wouldn't be
him
good.
first, it just no, that's not right. We would have the Hatfield and the McCoys, and the Hatfields would win on that one. I don't have full auto stuff. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he has an advantage. He has a cheat switch.
No, he was cool about it. He was really sorry. He chained him up right away. He said, "Hey, I got to do something about this. I know I've seen their prints going up your driveway." And yeah, he was very apologetic. And my son was talking to him because he goes, "Dad, we don't want, Hatfields and McCoy type deal." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I understand. The dogs don't know any better. And the cat's just trying, it's nature." So it's all good. Minnie's alive. I think she can handle her. If it happens again, wheel well, foof. So it's good. It's good. Wrist rocket. No. Paintball gun. No. I do want like a whistle or something that drives dogs crazy and they'll go away. Yeah. I need to find out a kinder, gentle way because there are some hunting dogs that go after the mountain lion because they love my backyard. The mountain lion does. So the dogs are there, and I don't know some of those people. And then I get pissed because I drove down to a hunter once, got right up in his face, and told him, "Hey, I'm shooting in the backyard. I don't want to shoot your dogs." "Oh, you're going to shoot my dogs?" I'm like, "Dude, your dogs shouldn't be on my property. Quit acting like, oh, you have the right to just run them around everyone's property." I got in his face. My son was there too. And we were rocking, if you might want to say that.
Yeah, I grew up right across the street from a state hunting ground. Wildlife wilderness thing, and it was all small game stuff, but when like opening day you had some wildness going on, and there was occurrences where people would walk like the back line of our property along horse pasture, and where they would shoot towards the house. We're sitting out on our screened in porch, and a pheasant flies over the pasture. Someone shoots it from the pasture towards the house, and there's a pine tree right near my parents' porch, and you would just hear the pellets drop from the tree and bounce off the roof of the porch. You just hear the pellets raining down. It's just like my dad would walk in, get the 12 gauge, walk out, and climb into the pasture and just look at the hunter and be like, you're not getting that bird, bird landed in my yard, you're not stepping on our property. And
I talked to my sheriff neighbor and the Department of whatever. And he said, if they kill a mountain lion on your property or anything else, it's yours,
Yeah.
Yeah,
they would have to crawl under the fence, to get that bird and come into the pasture. And there was just no way my dad would, you just shot towards the house. Their entire family's out on the, the screened in porch. No, get the hell out of here, because the alternative is I'm calling cops. Beat it.
Years ago, when my parents had a house upstate New York, and we didn't own into the woods, but we owned up to the woods. It was just a strip of land. It was like 300 feet wide, but like almost 2,000 feet long. But the front of the house, we owned a certain amount of property, and then of course our neighbors owned the rest of those properties. I used to go up there with my hunting, my gun buddies back in the day. We used to go hunting. We wake up in the morning, we're up early, we're eating breakfast, whatnot, and there's cars parked in my driveway. And you come outside and you see their footprints going down into the woods, and so that's what? Okay, so no note, no nothing. So we decided not to go out hunting that morning, but to have target practice. in the back field. Now we were only shooting pistol, and we really weren't shooting like far distance so after about, I guess, what were there, 4 of us there. So after about, one guy shooting 44 Magnum, I'm shooting 357, another 357, whatever we were shooting. After about 30 rounds go off, these guys come, we take a pause, and you hear these guys screaming in the woods. And it's like they're coming out of the woods. Don't shoot, don't shoot. And they're coming out of the woods, and they're like, what? They're yelling at us. What do we think? What are we doing? I said, excuse me. I said, this property belongs to myself, and my gun buddies are up here on vacation, and we're target shooting like we do every day. What are you doing on my property?
Yeah, beat it.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
We didn't know it was your property. I said, you pulled into my driveway and parked. You didn't know it was my property? I says, I could have just been quiet about it and called the cops and had them come tow your car.
Yeah.
It's like some stranger left the car in my driveway. I don't know. Come get it. And you could have came out of the woods hours later and not had a car. I could have done something like that.
Yeah, when I first moved here, I had a different mentality, and I went after that guy with the dogs. I had binoculars. I knew where he was, everything. I went after the guy and got in his face. Nowadays, I have more of a country mentality where it's like Andy Taylor, the sheriff in Mayberry, where you handle things in a nice way. And that's the best way to go instead of get all up in someone's face, ready to rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
And it's way better that way because they understand. They're like, okay, yeah, my bad. You can talk it out. And, hey, we're all neighbors, and we all think alike, and we like things. And Ozark just mentioned it's okay to retrieve your animal if it crosses the fence after you shot it off of their property. Yeah, I can see that. I guess you'd have to prove that and everything and follow the trail, whatever. But I was told you can shoot a hunting dog, and you can anything they get is yours on your property. I was told that's our law because I already talked to a guy about that, and that's his thing. But then I relaxed, and it's like, okay, this is going to happen every winter. They're going to go after the mountain lion, and it's just a part of the thing. So you deal with it. Yeah, just be nice. Don't get in a fight over it. Yeah. And we got close the first time. I didn't like that guy. Still don't like that guy. He thinks he can just run around on anyone's, like, whoa, it's for the greater good. No, you're trespassing. Still don't like that guy, but next time I won't get ready to throw down on his ass. Buddy of mine, Andy Taylor's the best way to go about things. All right. They're the sheriff. Yeah. Buddy of mine carried his deer through the turnstile on a public park through the turnstile. All righty.
Wow.
Yeah, every state is different. If you don't have the rights to your own land, wrong state. Let's see. Fuzzy must come across some of this stuff. Tree stand in his trees. He left a note. What I was going to do is, because I would go up and pet and I still do, the hunting dogs. They got the radios on them and on their collar and stuff. I go up and pet them and stuff. What I was going to do is tie a note or a ribbon around their collar. And then when they go back, the hunter's like, oh, we were on. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they were somewhere they don't belong.
What the note is, I mean, you could just have a, whatchamacallit sticker on there. I keep forgetting that movie, The Skull. Terminator. No. Anyway,
Punisher.
The Punisher. Just put a Punisher sticker on the collar. oh, hilarious. I don't know. I can have fun, you know. I could put rainbows on them and turn them like, you know. I could go down.
That sounds like a Tin Man maneuver.
I could go, yeah. Well, I used to spray squirrels psychedelic, so there you go. Anyway, not with spray paint, with food coloring. That was in the city. Anyway, yeah. That one guy I do not like. He thinks he just owns everywhere and could go anywhere with his dogs. They terrorize the whole hillside. I don't believe in hunting dogs. If you're gonna hunt, hunt. All right. Yeah, hunting dogs is just cheating, if you ask me. So I know some critters are hard to get at, and you need hunting dogs, but it's not Injun blood. It's cheating. All right. Let's see.
So who's losing an hour's sleep tonight?
Use that spray. Yeah. Yes.
You're gonna ass spray his dog.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, and make sure the radio's really good and everything. You know, what I need from Pat is a way to take the radios and hook something to it so it says something else, and it says something to the, you know, the radio goes crazy on the guy. Yeah. It puts the dogs like 2 miles away. Yeah, that'd be hilarious. That's a good idea, Pat. I need a radio dog collar manipulator. I need a Hanoi Jane type deal going on here. Yeah. It's actually a fun chat. Yes, I agree. Who said that? Good crowd. Yeah. Anyway. It's part of the deal. You know, there's country life and there's city life. City is really tense. Everyone's tense. And then in the country, everyone is like mellow. What's the deal? Yeah. And you got to get used to that when you move to the country. It takes a couple, you know, a year or two. In the stores, everywhere.
Yeah.
Things take longer, and hey, I want this right now. What's your problem? No, get that out of your head. Just
we're actually
that way, so it's not a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you kill one of my cats, then it's a deal.
Maria and I actually been talking about that a lot, trying to, because you know, we definitely want to get the hell out of here, and we know that when we do, we need to be different people than we are here.
Yeah.
Like we don't want to bring our East Coast bullshit to wherever we go. We want to fit in better, so we know that we kind of have to change the way we are in advance before we go, so it's not, you know, because we don't want to bring that East Coast crap.
Yeah, you won't be able to help it for the first year or so because you're used to this, and now you're like, oh, come on, let's take our time, whatever happens. Yeah, it's a totally different. It's like island time. If you ever go to Hawaii or whatever, they have island time. You'll get it when you get it. You know, it's we'll get to it when we get to it type deal. Contractors around here, it's like you know, I had the yard done, and you know, the big not bulldozers, the big whatever, moving the boulders and stuff, and it's like this guy's not showing up until 11 o'clock. He should be here at 8 on the dime every day and leave at the same time. Well, they came whenever. And I wrote down everything. I wrote down my own time card. And I get his bill, and his was better than mine,
Wow.
hours wise. His was better than mine. And I was strict. And I was at a city, you're going to screw me, and blah, blah, blah. No, he did it on his time, and it came out cheaper. And that's this country versus city.
Right.
It was awesome. Yeah. So, and I mentioned it once, and he said, don't worry about it. I'm writing down my hours. And I didn't say, well, I am too, And he had less hours. He had less hours than I did. He screwed himself. So love it. Would never move back to a city. Never, ever, never. Love it. The stress just goes from here to here, down here. You're like, what stress? Yeah. Recommend it highly to everyone. Cranky, I hope you get out sometime. You're going to miss the food and all that, but
Oh,
yeah.
I like to cook. I'll be fine.
Yeah. That's true. Heck yeah. So
And with any luck, I'll be moving towards Ozark and Preacher, so I'll still be fine.
oh, I think I need another garage break here. It's funny. I'm glad to see you again, Cranky. I got to get the molds back to you. I haven't been using them. They're just sitting here wasting time.
Dude, there's no rush. Seriously, at this point, odds are I'd probably get out there sooner than don't bother shipping them. Just hold on to them.
No. I don't know. I like that Hollow Point MP, the 381.
Yeah.
That works so good. If anyone wants a Hollow Point mold, get the MPs.
I know Ozark was saying, I heard part of that one chat where he was saying he had an issue, I guess, with one of the cavities that was sticking on that mold that he has of mine, the 44 mold. But, honestly, I don't think I ever ran that mold with all 4 pins in. Because with that 44 mold, since I kind of used the hollow points in 44 special, and then I used the flat points in 44 mag. And so I always ran it with like 2 cavities of each. So I don't, so maybe when I ran it, I only used 2 pins, polished 2 pins. Like, I don't think I ever ran it with all 4 pins. So
it makes sense. Yeah.
I don't think that I may not have even initially, because usually when I get them, I would take the pins and, take the Dremel and jeweler's rule, that jeweler stuff, whatever they call it, and kind of give them a brush and smooth them out. And then, if necessary, give them a spray with some graphite or whatever. And I may not have polished like all 4 pins initially.
Yeah. What I did was I put the powdered graphite on them with a little artist brush and brushed them in, because graphite doesn't like melt or is affected. And man, and then you can take them off and put the caps on them so they're regular bullets, and those look good. Just
right.
The nose things that covers it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
MP makes, I think, the best hollow point mold. It's all flat.
I agree. They're the first person I go to look for hollow point.
Yeah.
It's like the first place I go to look for a mold, period, is probably accurate.
Yeah.
And then at this point, I'm a big fan of Accurate as well. I like their stuff.
Accurate makes awesome molds. I love that 44.
You know, like I said, it's hard. They all make really nice molds. A lot of them just comes down to availability. I mean, Arsenal makes great molds. NOE makes great molds. The problem I've always had with NOE is getting what I want in stock at the time I want it.
Yeah, and the hollow pointers are at the bottom, so you need the trough to, otherwise you're holding the thing
Right.
without, resting it on something like I
Yeah.
use the guide, where the other is flat. And to be honest, the first time your mold was the first time I used a hollow point mold, and I'm thinking this is going to be a pain in the butt. And I did a video on it. It's long gone. Of course, they killed it. But I was like, this is look at this. Boom, they're just flopping right out of there. Yeah.
Yeah. I really like the brass. When you get the brass mold at good temp or the steel molds at good temp, they just, I don't know. They just seem to cast so much easier than
Yeah.
the aluminum. I don't mind the aluminum molds, but you do notice a difference.
Yeah, I have the MP 8 cavity 9mm, and that thing works awesome. And 8 bullets at a time is crazy good. But it heats up good, and it's not heavy.
Yeah.
So they do a really good job on their molds. And I hope their shipping is just as cheap as it used to be, because you would get it in 3 days or something, right? It's crazy coming from another country. So
Yeah, I had bought an MP mold like within a day or two of buying an NOE mold, and the MP mold got to me faster than the NOE from Utah.
yeah.
And you're talking coming, from foreign country, and it's like, yeah, it beat it here. And
Yeah. Hobo has good point. Start off with the lead 2 cavity and see if you like that mold or that bullet. That's what I did a lot of times, and they're super easy. And they're more money now, but they're still pretty cheap on sale.
yeah, I think I started with the Lee 6 cavities. I didn't do a 2 cavity. I went with the Lee 6 cavities because they were pistol stuff, and I just figured, they, from a volume standpoint, it just seemed to just make sense that you need more cavities for pistol. It's just, you're going from a volume. I couldn't see casting that many 2 at a time. It's not like I had a revolver or something. I knew I was going to want to shoot a lot. I knew my son was going to want to shoot a lot. I knew I was going to need a lot. I just figured I'd learn on a 6 cavity.
Yeah, I have a lot of their 6 cavities, and they pump them out.
Yeah.
If they get hot, just set them down on aluminum or wet sponge for a second. They go right back to the right heat. Son's using the bathroom. I gotta go bad. Oh well. Old man. Are we still have sound?
Yeah.
Oh, testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. Yeah, I got a lot of 6 cavs. I like them.
Yeah, well, that I know, like for in 9mm, still that was it the 125 2R?
Yeah, that's a good.
Whatever that. I mean, that's still one of my most favorite, like 9mm.
Well, they have the lightest one. That one's a good one. I got some bullets from Willie from that one. I always went heavier for suppressor, but now back to steel molds. I love 2 cavity Lyman ideal molds or RCBS, whatever. I love those. They're a no-brainer. If you want to start casting the first time, get a 2-cavity Lyman ideal, RCBS, OHAS, any of those. They're gonna work so good, so easy. It's a great one to learn on. And Andy uses them for zinc.
Yeah, you need the steel for zinc. I mean, you can get away with aluminum, but you got to learn how to do it, or you'll ruin the mold.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to determine if you're buying a cavity mold, aluminum mold from Lee for $30, whatever they are now, and if you cast 5,000 bullets with it in zinc, and now it's time to throw it away and buy a new one, that's not a bad deal for $30.
Yeah, it's just hard on them though with zinc. You know, you got a little tougher sprue going there, unless you get the heat right, like you do. Probably go with steel first. Yeah.
It's. I mean, the big trick to using an aluminum mold is you got to get the zinc actually hotter than you do with a steel mold.
Yeah.
And then because the only thing that's killing your aluminum mold is when you try to open the sprue and you got to whack it hard. That's when you mess up the aluminum molds.
And it's knocking everything side to side.
So that's the only real issue. So you just have to get that aluminum mold real hot first, and then it'll come down to the right temperature and maintain that if you're casting quick enough. But if you wait too long in between, then the mold gets cold and gets harder to open the sprue.
All right, I got to run upstairs for the men's room. I'll be right back.
What temp do you cast at for that then, zinc?
When I'm casting in steel molds, about 875, and when I'm doing aluminum, about 900.
Wow.
Yeah. You think you get burnt? You thought you had a burn when you got a lead splash on you? Wait till you get a zinc splash on you. Yeah, Patriot Paul, I don't have a box lost. The person who sent it to me has it lost. Box mailed to me over 2 months ago is still in Texas.
What do you know what's in it?
Yeah, box of zinc wheel weights.
Ah.
You do a search on it. It shows it's in the same place in Texas. I contacted my post office to find out. They said it's a good tracker. It's stuck in Texas. I said, well, 2 months later. I says, I mean, can't you do something like contact them and say, where the hell is this box? It still shows that it's in your possession. So it's not a big deal. It's just it sucks that, I mean, the person that sent it to me, we were going to do some trading. He wanted to try some zinc bullets and stuff. And I told him, give me your home address. He has my phone number. Text me. And he says, no, you didn't get the zinc. I don't want you to send me anything. I says, it doesn't matter. I've sent tons of people free zinc bullets for nothing, just to try them. Just give me your address. I'll send you a small box out of stuff. You'll get it.
You know, it was sunny out. It's been sunny out, and I was going to sort through wheelways just to get enough zinc to mail it to you. And things get in the way. Today was mini. I got a van to wash tomorrow, but I'll get out there. I don't like doing it inside because it's dirty. And I'll get out there and go through some 5-gallon buckets, and I'll get you enough zinc sent to you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I guess, again, you just got to tell me what you want to try. I'll be glad to send it to you. If you don't want any zinc, I'll send you out some of that tin.
Yeah, 10 is good. I can use 10. I still have some of a few cranky bullets he used to make out of pewter. Cranky.
Oh, I probably still have more pewter I can melt down too.
Well, I found some more pewter. I have a mug I need to melt down. I make them into engines now, Indians from Pat's Mold. But yeah, you can always use the tin. Tin and soft leather.
It's 70% tin, so you can't go wrong. It's a good mix.
Yeah, for me, tin and soft lead are the two hardest things to find. Yeah.
I have some soft lead too. I just got to go remember what bucket it's in.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I get you. No problem. I get it. 10 pounds plus in a small flat rate box of tins, so it'll last you a while.
Minnie in the house. Look at this. She's alive and camoed. Look at that camo. It's beautiful. That could be a couch. Look at that. Could that not be a couch? Look at the bullseye in the middle. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I need to sit down and go through all the buckets anyway. I hate having wheel weights laying around. I like ingots and put them in my reloading room, when they're done. So I'll do that, Andy.
Yeah, whenever.
Weather's good. So
I've gotten in the last few weeks quite a few guys off that MeWe page, like that Facebook page. People that know me from nowhere. One guy finally, sent me, and then he replied back, "Yeah, I got your tin, man." He says, "And I have access to them XRF testing machine." And he says, "That stuff is anywhere from 68 to 74% tin." He says, "I love it." So after he said it, like 5 other people, I got 4 5-gallon buckets filled right now.
Yeah, that's got to be killer.
It can't beat that deal. He says, how much do you think you're gonna get in zinc? I says, it depends on how you fill the box. If you just throw it in there, 30, 35 pounds. If you pack it tight, you'll get 45 pounds in there. So it doesn't matter. Whatever you send me.
Yeah, you wanna inner wrap it really good. So if the box breaks, which the post office loves to do with heavy packages, then you got a chance it gets.
You take 2 flat rate boxes and you basically cut the corner on one and you make it a little smaller so it fits inside the other one. Cut it, right? And so you got double walled, top, bottom, and whatnot. And it gets to me no problem. Well, the last guy, he's just the one he sent. The actual corner broke open a little bit, but he had put it in a heavy plastic bag. It was poured into, and then he used that tape with the nylon strings in it, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
He wrapped the corner. Put a couple of wraps around the box.
Yeah.
And it was 48 pounds. That's what the box weighed, and it made it. Yeah, the corner was broken open a little bit. Nothing fell out though.
Yeah. Good night, Tactical Rabbit.
Yeah, but when every time I've had boxes where they got lost like that and were stuck in the system, it was never a good sign. It was like always, because when it finally arrived, there was something, either the label had gotten destroyed. There was always some reason why it was,
Yeah, well, I don't, some people don't know how to package a box either. So, but I just got a box from, what's his name? Hot Pocket, reloading from the Hot Pot. He sends me a box every so often as he gets it together. I just got it from him. I've been trying to get this computer set up, so I want to do an unboxing for him and get him out a box of 10. I've sent him. This is the 3rd box now he'll be getting from me. First he got bullets and a little bit of tin. Then he got some more bullets and a lot of tin, and now he's getting all 10.
Yeah, tin is good. Cranky was the one that helped me figure out. Cranky and then Chico how to find pewter. Mm-hmm. And you can't just go get tin at the thrift store. And Cranky, he sent me bullets, and then he sent me these little pewter 40 cal, right? 10
yeah.
40. And
Yeah,
they're perfect. You just plunk them in there, you know. And he gave me the ratio and everything, and that was a huge help. Yeah. I hope I saved a couple of those because I want to just keep them from Cranky, you know, just the bullet. Put it on the wall.
we can always make more.
No, no, no. Well, I can make some now.
Yeah.
I learned how to find pewter now. So, as a matter of fact, for a microphone in my videos at the desk, because I plug in to the phone, I use a pewter. I can go grab it. It's a pewter mug with a hole in it from the torch to make sure. I'll grab it. It's 5 seconds away. All right.
So you take a lighter to the thrift store.
You get one of those little pencil torches, you know, the actual pencil style ones. It was a butane in it. You just gotta. That's it. You just gotta turn it on. Yeah, I think that's pewter inside.
Yeah.
And it's a shame because this is an awesome mug, and it's a shame to do it. It's all hammered out like it's forged. It's awesome, but you gotta
Oh, I
do
know.
what you gotta do.
I
Well,
had
you could
that
put a-
huge
make the
picture I
whole-
found.
Make the whole round and put one of those clear eyes in it so you can see the level of your
Yeah.
fluid.
Yeah, and so for those listening that want to get pewter to add a little bit to their lead for flow or whatever, they lie to you. Whatever it says, you can't go by. You gotta squeeze it, feel it, and take it home. And if that melts in 2 seconds with a torch, it's good. Otherwise, you'll sit there and say, "Oh, son of a bitch." Yeah.
Yep.
And
No,
that's
yeah, it melts quick if it's the legit stuff. Yeah.
Oh, it'll melt. Bam. Also, you can feel it though. Now I gotta, I always had the family scouting when they're out, and it's like, no, it's got to be pliable. And then Chico came up with taking your key and giving it a scratch, and if it's soft, you got good odds. But whatever it says, whenever it says pewter on the bottom, they lie.
Oh yeah.
I have that big Cranky hat. Remember Cranky? When I did the Cranky, that thing is, I don't know what that's made of. If that was pewter, I was good for months and years.
Yeah, there's certain brands where they don't. It's not real pewter. That there's certain brands to stay away from. There's other things like if it looks like it's like riveted or anything like that. There's certain things it's not pewter. Like you could look by the way it's constructed. There's certain things where it's not done if it's pewter. And so when you learn, you look at it right away. You can it eliminates a lot of it. But even today, there's some stuff where it looks like it until you get your hands on it and you pick it up and then you're like, nope. But it looks legit.
I know. I still like that Cranky helmet, though, the bowl. I could grab that in 5 minutes, but I don't know what it's made of, but that would have lasted me forever.
That wasn't that what is it? RWS? There's a particular brand, I think it was Yeah. I want to think there was a manufacturer that made that pewter that's not pewter. There's one particular brand that made a bunch of.
Oh, there's tons. No, there's tons. I went after, my wife has a huge picture that says pewter on it. It's super heavy. And she's like, don't even think about it.
Yeah.
And I checked it and tested it. It's not pewter. If it was, that would last me a year or two.
Yeah, I had one of those. It was like basically almost like a 2-pound water pitcher.
Yeah. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
And she saw me nosing around. She's like, if you think that, no, you're not going there. So luckily it wasn't pewter. Otherwise it would have accidentally disappeared somewhere.
Yeah, I think some of my best finds were, one was it was like some high schools, like I don't know, some sort of like swim team trophy award thing with the school, and it was like 3 different items, and one was like a plate, and one was like a bowl, and one was like some sort of like trophy. It was like 3 different items, all had like the school name and the year and everything on it, and it was like the whole set. So I got to melt like all 3 down, and then those plates that Maria found that one time, those things were thick and heavy as hell, and there was like 3 of them, and I mean that was a huge score.
Yeah, Uncle John, who's listening, can't reply. He sent me some of my grandfather's horses that are supposedly pewter. And I was thinking, I'm not melting down Grandpa's horses.
Yeah, heirlooms.
Yeah, And then I had a medallion that had a Christmas or Jesus thing on it written on there. So I felt really guilty because it is pewter and it's thick. And so I asked Preacher about it. And he says, don't worry about that. That's just Jesus junk. That's what he called it. We call that Jesus junk. Don't feel guilty if you melt it down. It's just, yeah. So I don't know what to do. I think I still saved that one. Yeah. Because I'd burn in hell if I melted it. Anyway, he tried to let me know there's a lot of Jesus junk out there. It's, it doesn't mean anything as far as that goes. Yeah. They're asking how Pat's doing. Yeah, in the last chat, he wasn't looking good. Oh,
What's up with Pat?
He's still not feeling good. What do you got, West Covina? Pat. He slept for 20 hours. Can you imagine the tattoo I could have put on his face sleeping 20 hours?
Oh wow. What's he got? Is it like the COVID or something?
He says it's not COVID. He's had that twice and he knows the difference. So according to him last week, he said it was something going around like a flu or something. I hope it's not something like a Gen 2. That would be bad.
Yeah, you got to figure they're going to try something. So,
yeah.
Well, the election's coming up. Something's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a big thing about the jab, too. They're talking about a lot of military are screwed up because they took the jab, and they're trying to throw that under the rug. And they have all kinds of issues. Healthy young guys that took the jab, and now they got all these issues. So I'm glad I never took the jab.
Well, Mike Tyson's going to go out there and do a new jab routine. Did you see that?
Mike Tyson?
Yeah, he's going to go fight somebody.
I know. And he's going to be, by the time of the fight, he's going to be 58. Are you crazy? Yeah. Are you crazy?
He's 57 now. Yeah, it's like, but they were showing, I saw a little video on him like training. He still looks pretty massive.
He looks good, but Jake Paul is 27.
That's who he's fighting?
Jake Paul, the YouTuber boxer, fights all these old, washed-up guys. And I hope Tyson gets a punch. I hope Tyson kicks his butt. But, the guy's only 20-something years old, and he's huge. So it's just another BS type moneymaker type fight thing.
I know, but if Tyson still has 2/3 of what he had, he only has what the guy wants.
Tyson, I watched Tyson training and his last fight against another old guy, and he can still duck his head and body shots galore. So I'm hoping that's what he does. And somehow makes a miracle and makes it work. But Jake Paul is just going after old guys. He fought one younger guy, and that fight was. Did he lose that one? I think he lost that one or whatever. Anyway, yeah, it's just BS.
It's publicity. It's money.
Tyson needs a payday. He squandered all his money, but Tyson's doing pretty good with podcasts and different things. He changed his life. He's not the thug he was. And he's just trying to get that money for his family. And that's going to happen. And they're going to put it on Netflix in some arena, some big place, which it probably only pack about 20 people, but 20 people will show up. But yeah, I don't know. I hate to see that. Legends get beat up by some young YouTube guy. It's bad.
Yeah, I don't think I care for it either.
No. Yeah, it's just not the right thing. Anyway, they're doing it. Tyson's in on it, so
He makes money even if he loses, so
Yeah. I would like to see a miracle, though. That would be great.
Well, we really don't know the real shape he's in. I mean,
well, age, it doesn't matter what shape you're in. Age, you don't have the testosterone. You don't have all that. Just believe me, you don't.
I was pretty good till I was a little over 60. Then I lost everything. So that doesn't, and I wasn't a professional athlete my whole life in fighting and boxing and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. He may still have it yet.
Yeah, I think I really went downhill about a year and a half ago. As far as, whatever. Yeah.
All I can tell you is that 48-pound box of zinc was very heavy.
Yeah.
I'm going to be 72 in a couple of months. So
you're going to be 72 in a couple months?
In May, yeah.
Wow. All right. You're doing good.
Doing all right. I can't complain.
Yeah, 72.
When I hit about 66 or so is when I finally gave in to myself and said, you can't lift 200-pound boxes anymore.
The main thing is, at least me, in my head, I think I'm still a kid. So I think that way. And then the body disagrees.
Yep. Well, that's you have to give in to the body. Eventually you do.
You have to give in. The mind.
I have days where I can't carry my cat for several minutes without my back being nearly crippling me. Like literally, if I hold Charlie for like 5 minutes, I won't be able to stand it anymore. I have days like that. It's not every day, but I have days like that where my back is so bad that I can't hold a cat. So 200-pound box, and I'll still catch myself doing something. I did it yesterday. I went to go lift up a bag that was in my office, and there was like a box of 223 ammo I bought last time I was over in Pennsylvania, and it was like half sticking out of this canvas, range bag, and I was already kind of bent over to grab it, and I just reached too far, and I went to go pick it up, and there's a box of 250 rounds, whatever. But it just, my back, the way I was stretched and leaning out, I wasn't, didn't have my legs under me or anything, wasn't picking it up proper, and man, it just killed me.
You start learning how to be a lot more careful when you go to pick something up.
I have to be. I know, but you're not always.
I know what you're saying, but you haven't given into it yet.
Yeah, I'm always going to think I'm a teenager. I'm a kid. You guys know me. I'm a goofball. I'm just a little kid. But the body reminds the mind. You're not a kid. You shouldn't be bobsledding anymore. There's things you shouldn't be doing.
Well, you can bobsled, but you can need a smaller hill.
Yeah.
Well, the other day I was thinking, wow, that's cool. I should be snowboarding right now. It looks easy. One of the UFC fighters and, the hairy back Italian I showed you,
Yeah.
they were both snowboarding, okay, together. She was doing an interview. And I was thinking, oh, that's so much easier and so much fun. And then a little while later, I said, there goes your hip, there goes your shoulder,
Yeah.
there goes everything. When you eat the wall, you're going to hate it. Yeah. But my mind, I still think I'm a kid. I always been that way.
Well, yeah, I mean, I like to be the goofy guy and make the jokes even at work. And it's like, but, and people always say, talk to me. It's like when people don't remember, per se my age. And it's like, how old are you again? And I tell them, it says, no way. They see me work all day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm, 70 plus years old and I'm drawing circles around the 25-year-old. So it's like, and I'm still I can't push as hard as I used to. And I'm still doing circles around them. So,
You're old school, Andy.
Yeah.
You're old school and you're a smoker. You shouldn't be here according to the media.
My mother was 83. She died of a broken hip. She smoked. My mother's father was 96 years old.
Yeah.
Had 13 heart attacks in his life, and he smoked up to the day he died. And they don't know what killed him. He just didn't wake up. His heart just stopped. It wasn't a heart attack. It was just his time. It wasn't something out of left field. So even he was, and when he was in the nursing homes, they still had smoking allowed. So he used to smoke in the nursing home. I mean, it was allowed.
Wow, they allowed it. Wow, okay,
That
was back in the day.
I mean, he used to let you smoke in the hospital. Not back in the day. So it's like,
yeah,
he was. He's another one that was a kicker. So I don't know.
Did I say Gunswater was here?
I hope. Okay. Yeah, well, he's been here a while.
Yeah, I know.
Thought I was 10 years younger. Well, thank you. I'm doing something right then.
Yeah, 72. I'd love to make it that far. I didn't think it'd make my next birthday, actually. So,
unless they lied on my birth certificate, yeah, I'll be 72 months in May.
You just started collecting, Uncle Jim. You gotta suck off the system for a little while.
Yeah, I know. I just started collecting. Yeah, so
you can't go that soon. You gotta.
I know.
Yeah, he's out there. Oh, yeah, you get discounts when you get to the right age. You know what? When I turned 65, a haircut was $12. The same place is $20 $20 is the price for senior citizens. So, and then the $5 tip on top of it. It says $25 to get my haircut. I'm in the chair 12 minutes. So.
Yeah, I got lucky. My wife cuts my hair, so she can 5 minutes. Boom, that's what you get right here. Yeah.
That's it. So it's like,
yeah.
Plus the gas to get there and go home and the time. So it's what's your time worth? If it takes you travel time 15 minutes each way, let's say, so it's a half hour and you're 12 minutes in the chair for $25.
Yeah, no, I put up a chair and then I vacuum after and I'm good. I get the utensils out, the back neck thing and the scissors and the comb and here you go, dear. And she's like, okay, boom, bang, pow. Till she sprained her wrist. That was kind of tough.
Well, how's the wife doing?
She's doing better. Believe it or not, the scar that looked like, someone Jack the Ripper got her. I don't know what they use, but it's like plastic surgery. You can hardly tell. She looked like she was slit ear to ear. And it was bad, black and blue chest and that. And it was thick and it was Frankenstein. It's gone.
Wow.
Unbelievable what they can do now. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
So there's still a little bump. So it's just, there's a bump
Right.
from inside, outside trauma, whatever, but that's been going down. It's amazing. And it was just like some kind of super glue stitching inside and out. So whatever they're doing now, man, I couldn't believe it. I thought for sure Frankenstein neck for the rest of your life. Yeah. So they're pretty good at that now.
Well, I'm going to bail out, guys, because it's actually 10:30 in New York.
Okay. Andy, thanks for coming on. You got to get out shooting, rain, snow, or sleet.
It's coming.
That Rossi you bought like 4 months ago.
5, but yeah. And it's like, it's the only good part about it is it's kind of worn in already. I mean, how many times I've had it apart and cleaned and polished and played with springs and whatnot, and so it's what the hell, man? It feels nice and smooth. I know it shoots because I fired it in the basement, and so I'm sure I'm going to be good with it. Just got to get it basically sighted, which I don't know, how far off the red dot is. It was like I told you when I did it, I just slapped it on the gun and put the laser bore sight in, and I'm pulling the thing up, and it's like, is the laser on? I'm only seeing one dot, and it was on. It was just that the sight was right on the dot, so I can't. Till I go shoot it, I won't know.
Okay, good night, Andy, and thanks for coming on. I'll try your email again, maybe double check.
Yeah, it's
Maybe I typed it in.
Andy T, the letter T, the number 2, and then the rest
Yeah, maybe that's where I screwed up. Okay, Mark Thomas is here. Anyway, good night, Andy.
Good night, everyone.
All right, and speaking of levers, 6-shooter Texan just got a new one. Did you see that, Cranky?
No.
It's what is it? 18. It's an older model, and it's smooth right out of the box. So it's a traditional, and he used it. He just did a video just now doing the cowboy action, and it looked like it worked like a dream. So I think it's 357. So he's probably shooting 38s, but it worked like a dream, and it looked pretty smooth right out of the box. So there's that.
Yeah, and Tim Mann's posting that picture of that new Marlin.
Yeah, but Ruger wants over $1,000.
I know, that's the thing. It's like I like it.
Yeah,
I'd want one, but I just
Yeah, even though they're a pain to take apart, I would get a Rossi for, if you can still get them, for $6 or less. They're really smooth out of the box. It's it's the design, but taking them apart is not a Marlin. However, a Marlin, like say you got a traditional JM, it sounds like a bag of rocks when you first get them until you know how to smooth them up, where the Rossi won't. That's going to be easier. But like I was telling you, what's funny is I have a Remington Marlin at the end of the thing where they finally learn how to make them. And that thing is smooth as silk. It's like the Rossi slicked up. So I'm not sure what Ruger's doing. I'm sure they're slick. But if I was buying one right now, and if I could get a Rossi for $6 or less, they used to be $455, whatever, 5, 6. Even though they're a pain to take it clean, I'd still do that. Yeah. So unless Ruger shows me something like, damn.
Yeah, I haven't attempted to take my Rossi apart, and
You haven't done it?
No, I haven't taken it apart.
Well, it'll be really smooth now because mine was never taken apart, so it got smoothed up on its own, and now it's slickered crap. So I've taken it apart a few times because I made some mods, but it's not that bad. It just takes longer. Once you're used to it, boom, bang, pow. But there are more procedures. Where a Marlin, you take the lever off and the bolt comes out and you clean the barrel.
Yeah, because I did that with the 336. Yeah,
One screw versus a bunch of screws and a pin. There's the difference. So it's like your Winchester 92, same deal as the Rossi. You got a pin going through the bolt. You got to get that just right.
well, I've never had my 1873 completely apart. I mean, I've taken the faceplate off,
Yeah.
to get to the linkage and stuff like that, but I've never completely disassembled it or anything.
Oh, all right. Good night, Ozark. And did I say Guns Waters was here and Mark Thomas was here? Anyway, we can cut this short. It's just me and you look tired.
Yeah, I'm beat. We get up, us. We're up probably we start 4 a.m. So I'm fried.
And you got what, daylight savings now? Is
Yep.
it daylight savings tonight, people?
Yeah. Hour forward, I guess.
Forward, okay. All right, so Mrs. Tin Man's here, but Tin Man is not. Interesting. Hi, Mrs. Tin Man.
He's on chicken duty.
Tin Man's about to get on. We're ready to get off. Yeah. He can just chill and wait for his pilot to show up from Midway. Every time he orders something and he needs it now, something happens.
It doesn't ship. It's just still sitting there.
Chessboard is here. Yeah. So Tin Man, the watch pot never boils. So, yeah. But I know what you mean. There was a couple things I wanted right now. Usually when I order, not in a hurry, the few things I needed right now, they took longer. Rollis is here. Hey, Rollis. So, yeah. All right, let's just cut her down. I got some huge mega UFC fights to watch tonight, and I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad you came on, Cranky. I'm sorry it took drama, but Minnie's good.
It all worked out. It was a good night for us. Availability. I didn't have work. Work wasn't bugging me. And family wise, we had freedom, so it was good.
And I like how you're tormenting the locals with your hats and signs. Yeah.
Yep. No, I'm gonna wear it tomorrow at the grocery store and see what kind of reactions I get. So.
Okay. All right, everyone in the live chat, I love you. Sorry you're a little late, Tin Man, but I'm sure you got stuff you can do. And
feed the chickens.
Yeah. And keep the cat out of there, because I got Leon right here on top of the couch. He would have tipped that thing over and gotten every chicken by now. That's just how he rolls. As a matter of fact, when he saw the dog in the backyard, I got a big barrier from the loft upstairs where Pat was sleeping and the guys, that stairway. I had a barrier there. He flung that thing, get me up in the loft. I'm out of here. He flung that thing out, so I know he could get to the chickens. So, stupid ass Windows update. All right, well, oops, wrong one. Wrong one. All right, sorry, Tin Man, but we're going to cut her off tonight. And I had fun, nice, short and sweet. A lot of people came on, and I love you guys. Until next time, love you, Cranky. Thanks for coming on also, and Andy.
Night, everyone.
All right, good night, everybody. Until next time, and